Today, our team's challenge is to build a fire engine. They will have to race round a course, putting out fires along the way, in the hope of getting to the safe for the chance to win £5,000.
The average fire engine costs between £180,000 and £240,000 to build. It takes 12 weeks to make, and they carry 1,800 litres of water. Our teams, they've got £1,000, 2 days, and if they carry 1,800 litres of water, I'm going to streak naked through the valleys.
Each team must build a fast machine.
Come on!
That can carry a lot of water and accurately put out fires from a distance, so that the water wastage is kept to a minimum.
We're out of water!
And if they can achieve all that, they might just get a shot at the safe.
Only one problem. The safe is up there. To get there, they're going to have to get past these. Oh yes, this time they're building racing fire engines. What could possibly go wrong?
Safebreakers HQ, an abandoned old warehouse deep in the Welsh valleys. Inside, we've created a state-of-the-art build zone containing all the basic materials and every tool our competitors will ever need. We've been scouring the nation looking for our very own A-team. Guys that can take a spanner, a lawnmower, the inside of a dishwasher and turn it into a helicopter. We give them an engineering challenge that's going to test their skill, ingenuity, and quite possibly their patience. Let's go meet the teams for whom the phrase "it can't be done" just does not exist. Droids, R&R, welcome to the warehouse. We're giving you 2 days to build the winning vehicle. You've had 3 weeks and £1,000 to source the materials that you need. Now, I want a good, clean competition, gents. You all ready? Let's go for it. Good luck. Our teams have just 2 10-hour days to build their fire engines before race day. R&R, or Rescue and Recovery, are a group of professional mechanics from Teesside who specialise in vehicle recovery and have been working together for over 20 years. Andrew, Steve, Foxy, and team leader Mark.
In the breakdown industry, you don't know what you're going to turn up to. We've had vehicles off cliffs, you know, right up in the hills. You just don't know what the next job's going to be. It keeps us on our toes. Engineering for us is definitely a hammer and a spanner job. There isn't any finer points of it. Something like this it's just another day at work. We've got a problem, we've got to solve it, we will. There's no reason we're not going to do it again today.
Their competitors are a different breed entirely. The Droids are a family team from Gloucestershire. Craig, the team leader, his brother Chris, their father Derek, and Uncle Warren. And this family team specialise in the art of robotics.
With the robotics, we have to build sort of precision-engineered parts for gearboxes. We have to precision-engineer all the electronics. So we're sort of a finesse team, so to speak.
While the rest of the team build robots as a hobby, it's team leader Craig's profession, and he's clearly very talented.
Competed in Holland, Germany, France, Australia, America. World champion twice in one of the lower weight categories. Yeah, it's a big passion of mine. We've got the competitive spirit sort of kicked in since we've got here. We like to have a few laughs, but we'll get the job done at the end of the day.
So it's hammer and tong versus precision engineering, and the winner gets a chance to take home £5,000. 3 weeks ago, each team was given £1,000 towards the cost of their fire engine. R&R purchased a Mercedes, a Ford Transit diesel engine, 2 water pumps, 2 200-litre barrels, 2 hoses, a steel frame, and 2 fire brigade nozzles.
Mark, team's looking very busy. How you doing?
Doing well.
What I can see is you've got an engine that doesn't fit a car.
Yeah, we started off with a big Mercedes with a petrol engine in it. Petrol engines, obviously, once they start getting wet, they just go to pot. So we were worried if we sprang a leak, we'd then cut our engine.
So you've nicked the transit engine.
We didn't nick it.
Yeah, okay.
I know we're from Teesside, but we don't nick everything.
But hopefully it's going to give you enough power to drive the motor and the pumps.
Yeah, the pumps really don't take a lot of pulling. We're going to put 2 on. But basically, everything we're going to do, we're going to overdo it. So in the event that something goes wrong, we've got a backup.
For their fire engine, R&R went for double or nothing. 2 tanks, 2 pumps, 2 hoses, 2 nozzles, and a boom. A manoeuvrable arm that expels water and can reach fires in burning buildings.
Taking on the droids, they're your competition. What makes you different to them?
We've got double pump, you know, they've got smaller engine, we've got bigger engine. I know we're going to win. It's as simple as that.
With their £1,000, the droids purchased a petrol-driven Volvo, perspex sheets, tubing, 1 pump, 1 hose, and 1 fire brigade nozzle.
How's that?
Good. Good.
Craig.
Yes, mate.
So talk me through it. You've got a family saloon.
Yep.
It's petrol.
Yep.
Any concerns about water in the petrol?
No, because fuel line's going to come in from the outside of the car, so there's no water going into where the engine is anyway.
So what sets your team, Craig, apart from R&R?
The other team's gone for a massive sort of 3-inch pipe, which is what the fire brigade use. But
That sounds like it might be quite useful then.
Well, we use the same stuff that fire brigade use as well. We've got the same stuff, but it's just slightly smaller.
Now, even I know what that is. That's the hose.
Yeah.
That nozzle's not massive, is it?
No, but that's the whole point. The flow rate goes through the pipe, so you get sort of 600 litres a minute. It hits there, and that's the pressure. And as it builds down there, you get your pressure at the end of it.
Okay, so you've got a nice bit of kit there.
Yeah.
And this is going to set you apart?
Yeah, because we're not going to waste as much water as they are. We're not going to spend time sort of running back and forth refilling the tank. So we think that's probably where we've got the edge on them.
In Craig's mind, it all comes down to the size of the nozzle, and in this case, the smaller, the better. They're relying on 1 pump, 1 hose attached to a boom on the roof, and a clear perspex tank in the back that they intend to make themselves. Nothing like a bit of over-engineering then.
So $5,000 at stake.
Yes.
What would that mean to you?
A huge deal. One, it would pay off the rent for the rest of the year, and it would allow me to move into my own place. So it's a big deal.
Years of working together in the recovery business means the R&R boys work efficiently, like a well-oiled machine, and they power through the initial stage of their build.
Between us, we all work really well, and you had to pick someone to be, you know, the team leader, but really, everybody's doing the same thing. We've all got our skills, and we're all putting it into the mix to get this thing done.
And their approach? Delicate, as usual. Although a family team, the droids have never worked together. So team leader Craig's approach is all about making lists.
I've been welding up the fish tank, as it's now been dubbed. Chris has been working on the back of the car, making sure it's nice and wide so that we can get the fish tank in. Derek, our finesse engineer, has been finishing off the pump, and Warren has been stripping down the engine. So we've all sort of started off separately.
And it's no mystery who's the boss in the family.
Car's clean, radiator's done. You finish off the spindle, then you help out Warren with the power steering. Let's get this done. Okay.
Throughout the series, I've enlisted the help of engineering expert Andy Garrett to provide assistance with all safety aspects and design issues during the builds.
Just talk us through how it's going to work.
Basically, big engine, pumps cobbled on top.
Are they both driving on the same belt or a separate belt?
We wanted to drive 2 belts off 2 different pulleys, so we had a fail-safe for every point.
Right.
But fabbing up extra pulleys in the time that we've got's too difficult, so we have to run it off one.
Both pumps are driving off one belt, okay.
Pull that down there.
R&R, what do you make of their design?
It's good, they've thought about it. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that they've got one belt driving both pumps. If they had separate belts, then if one belt came off, then the other pump would still work.
Look at that. So talk us through the design, Craig.
The water pump's going down there where the power steering used to be. The 400 litre water tank's going in where the back seats used to be. And we're having the boom mounted on top.
The water tank's mounted quite low in the back.
Yeah.
But when you've used your water and you go back to refill, are you worried about getting air in the system if the tank's low at the back?
If we run out of water, it'd be a massive problem.
You could end up with air in the system. It's just this problem with the tank being low down. If they start sucking air into their water system,
It'll be fatal.
They're not going to be able to put the fire out. There'll be no water coming out of that hose.
So, if their tank runs out of water, they risk the pump pulling air into the system when they refill, which would stop any water getting to their hoses. Their design oversight leaves Precision Team droids questioning where their tank should go.
You've put half a tonne on the roof. We have to reinforce the roof then.
No, you won't.
Yeah, you will. You will. You put half a tonne on the roof and it'll collapse.
The other alternative is we put it on the back parcel shelf.
But then we haven't got anywhere else for the other two drivers to go.
And their indecision is costing them valuable build time. In this warehouse, two teams are hard at work building homemade fire engines. Once built, these mechanical marvels will be put to the test in a firefighting race against the clock. The winner will get a chance to break the safe and win £5,000. We're 6 hours into day one and just 4 hours remain. The droids have decided to move their water tank to the roof to ensure they don't get air in the system should they need to refill during the race.
It's got to go on the roof then.
Moving the tank inevitably has a knock-on effect to the rest of their design.
Putting the tank up here, it means we won't be able to put the boom up where we wanted to, so it'll have to get repositioned. It's an awkward situation.
So it's back to the drawing board for the droids.
We moved the water tank from what was going to be in the middle onto the roof, yeah?
Yeah.
So we've then got this for where the boom is going to be mounted for the high stuff. Actually, I don't think it needs to be mounted directly below here. I think it has to be more towards the back, to the seats of the car.
As long as we've got enough movement between there and there to raise the height of the boom, that should be okay.
Yeah. 2 people facing forward, 2 people facing backwards. So we'll be backing into the fire.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. Everybody okay with backing into the fire?
Well,
towards it, not necessarily into it.
All right.
With the tank on the roof, the boom has to be repositioned down into the rear of the vehicle. This limits the height of the boom, which in turn restricts how high the droids will be able to aim their water jets during the race. With both teams' builds well underway, I take a trip to learn more about the most effective way to fight fires. This is a perfectly formed fire engine. It may look like a brick, but this baby can motor. It weighs 12 tons, can carry 1,800 litres of water, and costs a tidy £240,000, and is the benchmark for our teams.
Bring a little bit of that hose up.
Professional fireman Tony has dedicated his life to fighting fires.
What I'd like to do, if you could, is just pull out the hose to make sure it unravels, yeah?
And it gives me a crash course in what it actually takes to put one out.
What we'll do, we divert it into the building there.
Oh, I see. So we don't need to get any closer than this. So, Tony, how do you increase the pressure? Because our boys, they can accelerate their engines and that increases the pressure. Yeah?
Yes, that's what we do. We put our hand directly up into the air.
Yeah.
And the pump operator will increase it 1 bar. Okay, so if you want to do that now, we'll increase that. Straight up in the air. He's repeated it to you. We'll do that now. And what we're doing now, we're forcing the smoke either out of the opening or we're forcing it to come out in other areas like the ground floor.
The rate of the water is not necessarily as important as the accuracy.
The accuracy of the end of the hose, which is where the branch is.
It's amazingly accurate, isn't it?
Yeah.
About 400 litres of water that they're going to be able to carry.
Yes.
What could you do with 400 litres?
400 litres in terms of a branch perhaps won't last that long. because you're looking at 400 to 600 litres per minute on a branch of this type.
So you could get rid of all that water in about a minute?
Yeah.
Goodness
easily.
me.
These pumps are very, very efficient.
So they're going to be, because they're going to have to refill, they're going to have to take in the idea of refilling because it's a timed course as well.
Right. Okay.
So they're going to have to do it against the clock.
That's going to be tough.
Back at the warehouse, day one is drawing to a close. The teams have been working for 10 hours and tomorrow they'll have to be ready to test their machines. Our heavy-handed R&R boys work like men possessed. They've changed engines, installed their pumps, mounted their frame and welded their water barrels together to go on the roof. But the precision dedicated droids are way behind. They still need to make their tank, attach it to the roof, install their pump and mount their boom.
We can probably mount the seat on there. And we can sit, have one person sat there, one person sat there.
Yeah.
So pretty much everything then.
That's all right, isn't it? Gary's extended.
Okay, gents, can I have your attention? That's it. That's the end of day one. It's been a very long day for all of you. You've been working very hard on your vehicles as it stands. Tomorrow, we're going to be back here and we're going to test one element of your designs.
Day's gone really well, yeah. We've got a lot more done than we expected to, and we'll find out tomorrow when we test it whether it works.
We should have done today a lot more than we've actually done.
I think we would have been better off buying a tank. It's taken a long time to fabricate. Time we could have been better off spent doing something else.
We can't be beat, can we? We're taking the money home. Take you all out for a drink when we win it.
It's day two. And the team's only chance to test their fire engines before the race. And with £5,000 at stake,
Right now, I'd say my money is on these boys.
R&R have smashed and bashed their vehicle into shape in record time.
Yeah. Job done. Strap round and...
Their double-barreled water tank is in position and they're busy working on their boom to attach to the roof. Across the warehouse, the droids have plenty to get on with.
Being a little bit behind isn't always the most ideal situations, but so that we can hopefully remedy very quickly.
The alteration to their design has been a difficult setback. They finally finished fabricating their tank. They now need to figure out where to position their pump.
It's going clockwise. We need it this side then. Yeah, it's going clockwise as we face it, so it's got to be this side.
Testing is less than an hour away, and R&R are installing their water pipes.
This is the suction pipe on this side, which feeds the water from the tanks to the pumps.
And it's the double pump system that most concerns Mark, because it's driven by a single belt. If the belt breaks, they'll have no water and have to rethink their design.
Effectively, this is the bit that holds it all together. If this fails, there is a way around it. We're just going to, basically, if it fails, we'll have to just weld one wheel to the other. Put that over and just put them. Well, we'll find out, won't we?
So our teams have been furiously building for a day and a half, but before we can let them loose on our fires, we need to see if they work. It's time to test.
This is the one chance the teams will get to find out if the most critical aspect of their design actually works. Failure is not an option, as race day is tomorrow. First up, it's R&R and their prowling firefighting beast.
Have a look at that.
It's awesome.
Welcome to the test area. This is where we get a chance to see if the vehicle's actually going to work. Mark, remind me again what it is that we're looking to try and test.
Well, we're going to fill the drums up with water, start the engine up, and then engage the pumps. Hopefully when we put power to those pumps, these pipes will start jetting out water. We've got a leak. We have to reseal that one.
That looks quite serious.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It must be the seal on the inside.
Are we still able to test it though, Mark?
Yeah, we can still test this one because they're individually switched. We can still do that one and test that, so we'll know that one of the systems works.
Yeah.
If one works, the other one's going to work because they're both exactly the same. So
let's test the other one and see if that one works,
right.
and then you can have a chance to go back and try and fix that.
Right.
Okay, R&R, let's test it.
bring the revs up. Really good.
Really, really impressive. Okay.
Well, if that one pump does that, the other pump's going to do exactly the same. So
I think you've
we've got
got quite
twice that.
a sexy fire engine, gents. Okay then, gents, if you want to make your way back to your workshop, see if you can tidy up your leak. All the belts seeming to work
Yeah,
brilliantly.
but then we haven't seen it with both pumps being driven at once.
Apart from the little leak, the one pump that worked was, well, better than expected. Really confident still.
Workmates R&R did well in their test, but will the droid's family have as much success? After nearly 2 days of building, the teams R&R and the droids have just 4 hours left before they'll go head-to-head in a firefighting race. And the team with the fastest time gets a chance to break the safe and win £5,000. Each team gets one chance to test their fire engines before race day.
Okay, R&R, let's test it.
For the smash and bash boys of R&R, it was smooth sailing.
Surprised how far that went actually and how much power it had in it.
So let's hope the ever-lagging precision-driven droids have something up their sleeves.
It's not quite as scary.
It doesn't look quite as purposeful as the R&Rs.
Welcome to the test area. Feeling confident, gents?
Very.
Well, how about we give it a go? Let's test this thing.
Okay. Take the ring as well. Get a ring, turn around. We need to give it some revs.
All we need to do now is get some water out the hose.
Something's happening, the water's moving.
Whoa. There's no water coming up here.
Have you got the pump running the right way?
There's some kinks in this, it's going the wrong way.
So it's leaking the seal.
I think it's going very well.
Our chief engineer Andy's suspicions are right. The droids have put their water pump in the wrong way round, so no water is getting to their hose.
So guys, we've got about half a day left, if that. What do we need to do, Craig?
Pray to God.
Okay, you can do that.
What we need to do, we need to get the car back, and we need to check the seal inside and reassemble it.
Sounds like a plan. Good plan.
Yeah.
Right, so we need to get it back to the workshop ASAP, and you boys need to get cracking, yeah?
They've got their pump running in the wrong direction. It should be running clockwise and it's running anti-clockwise, so it's just not going to pump any water like that.
You know, we've put a lot of work into that pump. The team's a little bit disappointed.
They're going to be lucky if they can do it in time, I think, yeah.
With their pump problems, the droids suffer ultimate humiliation as they need the help of our in-house engineers to get their machine race-ready for tomorrow.
So hopefully this new bracket will
Should do the job.
should sort the problem out.
During the test, R&R had a problem with their seal, thanks to their usual delicate touch.
When we put it on, we're just being a bit too heavy-handed with it. That's basically the problem. But we think we've got the job sorted out.
And with their vehicle repaired, they go from strength to strength.
Still confident, yeah. The lads, well, we must be because we're starting to put the finer touches to the vehicle. Check the stuff out from inside.
Meanwhile, with the help of the in-house engineers, the droid's vehicle is finally taking shape.
Oh yes, it's looking good now.
A few holes and it's done.
Good.
But failing to test their machine could have huge repercussions for the family team come race day, as they don't know if their fire engine will actually work.
Okay, gents, can I have your attention? R&R, droids, that's it, your time is up. You've had your build time, and the next time we see you, we'll be on the start line. Good luck, gents.
It's all gone well. We've put paint on the car, it's all looking good. It's finished, done, ready to race.
Now we've got the pump going in the right direction. We'll give them a good go tomorrow. It'll be a good race.
We're going to win, we're ready.
That's what we came here for, to win.
We're all on race day.
Just bring it on.
So, it's our smash and bashers R&R with their dual-barreled, all-muscle, water-loaded beast that can release its precious liquid at a staggering rate of 20 litres per second. Versus the precision droids with their see-through tank to show water levels at all times and their single dainty hose complete with a piercingly precise nozzle. But which of these beasts will prevail and have a crack at the £5,000?
Droids and R&R are about to put their homemade fire engines to the test. Who's going to get a chance to try and break our safe and win £5,000?
Not had a proper test yet, but yeah, quietly confident she's gonna blast that water out.
We've all worked hard together as a team. We've put together what we think is a beast of a machine, and it should put those fires out at a rate of knots.
What have they got? A fish tank on top of a Volvo.
We are going to blow them out of the fire, and that's all that counts.
So, gents, this is it. It's time to find out whether all that hard work over the last few days has been worth it and whether your extraordinary fire engines will actually do anything.
To break the safe and win £5,000, the teams need to collect 3 numbers that make up the code to the safe. They'll race in separate time trials, starting with a long straight before a huge corner where their first fire awaits. Once the fire marshal is satisfied that all flames have been extinguished, they'll collect a canister, which contains one of the numbers that forms the code to open the safe. Next, the biggest test, 2 fires on the first floor of this towering inferno, which will test the height and accuracy of their booms. Once both fires are extinguished, they'll collect another number from the fire marshal before racing back to the finish line. There is a water hydrant available should they need to refill at any stage during the race, but this will add precious seconds to their final time. The team that completes this challenge quickest is rewarded with a 3rd number that makes up the code to break the safe's combination.
All right, gents, let's fight some fires. Off we go.
Smash and Bash workmates R&R won that coin toss and are first up to race. Will their souped-up muscle car earn them a shot at £5,000?
3, 2, 1.
With Andrew in the driver's seat, it's up to Foxy, Steve and team leader Mark to battle the fires.
They're leaning, aren't they? Ooh. They've got round it, though. Siren's going.
Having tackled the corner, R&R come face to face with their first fire.
Back her up. They're reversing in.
Yeah.
It's not the traditional way of attacking a fire.
Pumps on, Steve! Heads up!
That's amazing.
With their 2 pumps and 2 hoses, R&R are making light work of the car fire.
So when the fire marshal says that it's out, it's out.
But at a cost.
They're getting through a lot of water. That's it, they're done. They've got it.
With the car far out, the boys collect the first number for the combination.
So this is the important bit. How long does it take to refill?
R&R doubled up on every water feature imaginable, but it left them with one serious flaw. They don't know how much water is in their tanks.
Service with a smile.
And the refill is costing them valuable seconds. Now, the moment of truth. Will R&R's vehicle have enough power to extinguish not one, but 2 fires situated on the first floor of this towering inferno?
Steady! Keep going, nice and steady! Pumps on, Steve, pumps on, revs up. Puts a little bit.
Got double going, look at that!
R&R are hemorrhaging water at a rate of knots.
The accuracy of delivery is so important, isn't it? The nozzle might be too wide.
They're saturating the fire, but are struggling to get the accuracy required to put the fire out.
I think I'm going to run out of water.
We're out of water.
I need more water, oh no!
So it's back to the hydrant for another refill.
They're working well as a team.
They're very good.
Stay on fire, yeah?
5 minutes, 17 seconds. The second refuel.
To save precious time, the boys don't fill their tanks to capacity.
Woo! More!
6.5 minutes.
That's it, stop! Pumps on! What? Pumps on, revs on!
Foxy, get it up. That's better, that's better, that's better. That's better.
Good, pumps on!
With the first house fire out, the boys run out of water again.
More water! More water! Go, mate, go. No. Whoop, go! Right, hit is on! Heads up!
Yeah, they got a good angle on this one.
Perfect angle. That's so impressive.
That's really good.
With all fires extinguished, they have to collect the second number for the code before crossing the finish line.
Stop!
In their haste to finish, the boys seem to have forgotten something.
Oh, back up, back up, back up! Keep going, keep going! Come on, come on! Get on! Get on!
Fucking idiots! Who forgot that? Can't believe that.
Apart from me forgetting the canister, how was it?
Oh, we were well happy.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
but hopefully, I think we did a decent time. So hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, we'll be moving on to the next challenge from here. So
R&R have managed to navigate themselves around a difficult course in a respectable time. Will the droids be able to give them a run for their money? Workmates R&R and our family team, the droids, have built fire engines that are going head-to-head in a time trial. They'll need to extinguish fires to receive the numbers to the safe's combination. The team with the fastest time will get a chance to break the safe and win £5,000. R&R put in a great performance.
Oh, that's amazing.
Their double pump system ensured all fires were extinguished quickly.
We're out of water!
But their tank had to be refilled 3 times. And in their excited state,
Stop! Stop!
they forgot to collect the final canister, costing them valuable seconds.
Can't believe that.
One team down, one team still to race. There's £5,000 at stake. Who's going to get a chance to try and break our safe?
Next up, it's the droids. With Chris at the wheel and Uncle Warren navigating, it leaves Dad Derek and team leader Craig fighting the fires. Will our Precision family team get a shot at the £5,000?
3, 2, 1. Go on, lads, go on!
The droid's fire engine is clearly not built with speed in mind.
That's the trickiest bit for them, though, isn't it? Got round the car.
They got round the
Right,
corner.
go on then,
That
Chris,
is
go
good.
on.
No, come on!
And as they cautiously approach the straight, time is ticking away.
Slightly behind the other team at this point.
Come on. Keep going. Back.
Come on now, come on now.
Oh, it's nearly there.
Go!
Yeah! Oh, wow, yes!
Yes! It's definitely putting the fire.
That's good. Look at this, really strong. Look at that jet.
The droids might have gotten off to a slow start, but the accuracy and high pressure of their smaller nozzle makes short work of the car fire.
They've got it, well done.
Very good.
Get the canister, someone get out and get the canister.
Hang on, stop! Hold on, canister. I've got it.
With the fire out, team leader Craig collects the first number for the code.
Go! The question is, how fast can they be with this
Gently
one?
does it.
They haven't used that much water as well.
Unlike R&R, the droids head straight to the next fire, as they can see they have enough water left in the tank.
It's a clever move, having a see-through tank. I think you're missing. Wasting water.
The droids moved their boom down into the car after their redesign, and they're paying for it now, as they can't get enough height to fight the house fire.
They're wasting a lot of time.
They're wasting a lot of time and a lot of water.
Move the car.
Oh, yeah, go on, that's it.
Get it up there.
Go on, pull on it, get it up in the air.
With both fires still burning, the boys can see that their tank is running low.
The water's going now. We can see how far the water's going.
Yeah.
Stop. Water.
Forward.
So they head to the hydrant to refill for the first time.
Chris, you need to get more in line with that window.
I can't see the window.
Right, totally go.
Keep going. Stop it, get in. Just reverse it. Keep going back, keep going back.
Keep waving it around.
It's got to be out, come on. Next one.
Finally, one of the fires is out.
Few reverse.
Come on, Chris.
Come on! Speed it up.
And the droids begin to tackle the next one.
You need to come all this way.
The droids are agonisingly close, but still can't get enough height on the boom to extinguish the last fire.
We need more water.
With the clock ticking, the droids run out of water again and race back to refill.
Give your hand. Good. Go!
The droids change tactics and upgrade their fire department muscle by moving Uncle Warren to the back to help lift the boom.
Straighten it up. Get it straight.
Yes! That's it, now you're doing it. Pull it up some more. Pull it up higher.
There,
Come on.
there, go on.
Come on, boys. Down. Let's go, Chris. Go! Forward.
All fires are out.
Get canister. Stop.
And now they just need to collect the number to the code and head to the finish line.
Like, remembered the canister.
Keep hold of it.
Go! For it! Good man.
Goodness me.
How did that go then? One thing for sure, we've achieved what we set out to, which was to build a machine that put fires out.
Certainly did that.
Well done, lads.
Yeah.
I want a beer.
One of you teams did it in 8 minutes and 56 seconds. And one of the teams did it in 9 minutes and 8 seconds. There was 12 seconds in it. The team that won and is going to get through to try and break our safe and win £5,000 is the droids.
Yay! Well done, gents.
It was our mistake at the end of the day, not picking that canister up that's lost us the race. You know, so everything else in our eyes, in my eyes, I think we're still winners.
And congratulations to you boys. You have the last canister now.
I do.
You'll get all 3 numbers. You've got to try and work out the code and see if you can break this safe and get yourselves £5,000.
Cool.
Well done.
All of our focus right now is that safe and what's inside it, that £5,000. We've got to put absolutely everything we've got left into winning that final task.
The droids now face their biggest challenge yet. On the roof of this tower block, the safe awaits. But to get to it, they'll have to first extinguish these 2 burning vehicles. Climb 3 stories and enter all possible combinations of the 3 numbers collected.
You've got the numbers that form the combination to the lock. Let's have a look. Number 1.
0.
Number 7.
107. They're the 3 numbers that form the combination. Now, I can't tell you what that combination is. What I can tell you is there are 6 possibilities. You going to do this for us, boys?
Of course we are.
Of course we are. Yeah, go and get yourself
Come on,
sorted.
boys, let's go.
With just 5 minutes on the clock, will the droids be able to rise to the challenge, break the safe, and win £5,000?
I don't think we can afford any errors for this. We have to give absolutely everything, no mistakes.
3, 2, 1.
Go!
Come on, boys. You can do it.
Our family team are off and running.
Nice and steady, Chris, nice and steady.
Their approach is crucial. If they can position themselves in the middle of the cars, they'll be able to fight both fires from the one spot.
You've got to get their angle of attack right.
Stop!
Oh.
Pump on!
Get it up now, get it up, get it, get it.
The droids make mincemeat to the first car fire
Otherwise, so impressive!
and begin to tackle the second. But before too long, the first fire lights again.
And this one's lit again.
Oh no, this one's lit up again.
Far right, go back to the right.
In their haste, the droids have thrown their precision to the wayside and it's costing them valuable time.
Down.
They've got plenty of water, they're done. They're done.
They're done. Good boy.
Stuck. He's got too close to the gun.
With both fires extinguished, the whole team have to make it to the rooftop before they can attempt any safe breaking, which might prove problematic for the more mature members.
Keep going. You're there. Keep going.
Wait for the others, guys.
You've got to wait for the others.
In you come, Chris, well done. Where's your old man? Here he comes, come on.
Come on.
Come on, boys.
Come on.
0, 1, 7.
The droids try a first possible combination of 0, 1, 7.
Stay calm.
Take your time.
But the lock won't budge.
Nope. 0, 7, 1.
As time ticks away, they try a second combination of 0, 7, 1.
Oh, two.
Hey, well done.
Hurry up, come on.
Come on, nearly there.
And success
Well
after only 2 attempts.
Come on. Yes!
Yes!
Hey! Well done.
Well done, man. Well done. There you go, boys. Yes. £5,000.
Lovely.
Managed to break our safe. Top stuff, well done.
Thank you.
We all sort of had to rely on each other's knowledge and skills to get us through this, and I think we couldn't have done that unless we were a family. So yeah. Would I do it again? I'd do it all in a heartbeat.